Family, what's good? It's your boy back with yet another video. Okay, family, 1,000 subs. Your boy made it. So I guess that's a milestone in this YouTube business. 1,000 subs. Your journey doesn't really start until you reach 1,000. So it's been said. But me, I'm just a lover of perfumery. Ever since I bought my first fragrance, I've been hooked. So after my first fragrance, I got the next one, so forth and so on. And I'm so like, they doing videos. I could do some videos, right? Build up my collection. Boom, here we are. 1,000 subs. So to commemorate that, I'm going to give you my first 10 purchases that got me started on this journey. My first 10 purchases that got me on this journey. And I'm going to get it to the best that I can remember. And I think I got it right. My first 10 purchases of, I'm not going to say niche or designer, but that got me to a different level, so to speak. Okay. And with that being said, I want to thank everyone, subscribers and non-subscribers, everyone who ever if you only watch the channel for a few moments, I still thank you and I'm truly appreciate it. I truly appreciate you watching it. I'm truly appreciative. I truly am, and I thank you so much. And especially to my 1,000 subscribers, much love, much love, much love. I truly thank you. Could not have done this without you. Much love, family, much love. So let's get to, we're not going to do prices. We're not going to do no something. We're just going to talk about the first 10 fragrances that started me on this journey of, the frag game. I'm telling you, this frag game, man, that's some serious business. It really is serious business. All right, let's get to it. All right, family. The first fragrance that I ever purchased was Viking. This is the first one that I ever purchased. And this came out in oh man, boy, this in a minute. Came out in 2016, 17, one of them. This is the first one that I ever purchased. This one right here is what started me on my journey. Because, yeah, I had a few designer fragrances, the old school ones, Cool Water. And, well, I ain't even going to get into all that, but I had a few of them, because I really wasn't into the frag game like I was until I purchased this one. This is the one that set me on my journey. I didn't know about different houses, or Creed, or PDM, BR5. I mean, MFK, I didn't know about any of that. When I got this one, it piqued my interest, and boom, it's gone, off and running. There it was. All right. Viking is the first one that set me on my journey, and it hasn't ended. All right. Let's get to number 2. Now, my second one was still in the house of Creed. Okay. Now, mind you, I didn't know what houses meant. All I knew is that the scent was better than what I had. Okay. The fragrance, I noticed that when I got Viking, I noticed that the fragrances was lasting longer. It was more deeper. The attention was different that I was getting. And I was like, man, hold on, wait a minute, might be on to something. So I went back to the House of Creed again. And that's when I didn't get Viking from Neiman Marcus, but this one right here, Royal Oud. This was my second purchase that I got when I started this frag game, Royal Oud. And this is when I was introduced to Neiman Marcus. Okay. Yeah, sure. I've never shopped at Neiman Marcus prior to getting fragrances. I never have. Okay, everybody know Neiman Marcus is high as heck, right? High as heck. Pair of socks costs like $900 in that place, right? But this is when I met my perfumer. It was a lady named Brooke at Neiman Marcus in Tyson's Corner at the Creed stand. She's not there no more, but it was Brooke, Wendy, and Francesca. Met them three. So Brooke is gone, so now all I have is Wendy and Francesca. If you're ever in the DMV, go to the Creed stand at Tyson's Corner and holler at Brooke and Wendy, and they'll take care of you. That's the Galleria. Now, if you're in Tyson's Corner Mall, there's two. There's the Galleria, then there's the mall. If you're in Tyson's Corner Mall, go to Parfums de France and holler at my boy Sam and Mustafa. Either one of those stores, and they will take care of you, guarantee you. Tell them that the guy from Soups and Scents sent you, and they'll take care of you, all right? But my second one, Royal Oud. Man, listen. I was already, I'm not even going to front with you, family. I was already a grown man. But when I got this one right here, and you can see, shoot, it's halfway, more than halfway gone. I lit this bottle up, man. I went through it. This one and another one that's on this list. Another one on this list that's completely empty, but I just refuse to buy another one. But I get into that when I get to it. Royal Oud, family. This one right here, oh my goodness. Straight manhood. This took me from an immature man to a grown man. I was already a grown man at the time when I purchased this, but this took my confidence level to a different level. It truly did. And I'm telling you, family, man, this thing is something else. Absolutely gorgeous. Freaking beautiful. I tell you, freaking beautiful. You will not be disappointed. Every man on the face of this planet, by the time you reach at least 40, you should have Royal Oud, guarantee. All right, let's get to where we at, number 3. Now with number 3, they were running a special, and it was a thing called Flankers. Neiman Marcus was at the Creed stand. So you didn't have to buy a full bottle, right? You can buy one of these, right? And it comes in, pretty little container. So the one I got for my third purchase was Boys de Portugal. Another phenomenal freaking scent. I mean, absolutely gorgeous, man. This fragrance here with the other two, oh man, I thought I was the baddest MFer on the planet. Trust me when I tell you, my personality, everything just changed. Not that I already have a strong personality and a pleasant personality, both mixed into one, but everything just elevated with just those 3 fragrances. And I started noticing a change in myself. I was wearing my suits differently. I mean, it was just a whole different experience. Like the world, I just stepped through a portal into a different world. And I blame all of that, not in a negative way, in a positive way, all on, those 3 fragrances and set me on my journey. All right. That's Boys de Portugal at number 3. Let's get to number 4. All right. The 4th one is BR540. Now, as you can see, the bottle is empty. 2 reasons. Yeah, I ran through it. I did. Oh my God. When I first got this was back in the day. And I believe that this bottle right here, this fragrance right here, started me as an oversprayer because I would spray this and wouldn't stop. I would do probably like 2,348 sprays of this for one day. I'm telling you, I lit this bottle up and went through it. And the reason, when I purchased this then, way back then, it was not at the price that it is now. So I refuse to spend that much money. Now I done spent some cake on a fragrance I have, but for this, no. When there's other fragrances that smell just as similar as it. Now I'm not gonna say they're better than BR540, but they're just as good. And yeah, one day I might break down and get the smaller bottle of BR540, but at this present time, not. All right, but this fragrance right here, absolutely did it for me. BR540. And everybody, well, this is what I experienced. When I'm wearing other fragrances that are similar to it, they'll say, what's that, BR540? Everybody think that whatever you be wearing, that's BR540, that's BR540, that's BR540. You know, that who knows isn't graduated to where you can tell the difference between other fragrances or whatever. But this BR540, yeah, went through it. All right. Yeah, I did. Let's get to number 5. All right, my 5th one was from the house of Tom Ford, and it was Oud Wood. Man, okay. Hey. Classic. That's all you can say. Classic. For Tom Ford to be a designer house, man. Look, some people don't like the house, but I love Tom Ford fragrances. I really do. I love Tom Ford fragrances. Oud Wood. There's nothing else even to be said about this one. Absolute banger. Classic. Still a strong seller from the house. Still be selling out. Profits are galore with this one right here, and it's just a home run hitter. It's a true home run hitter. Oud Wood. All right, let's get to number 6. Now, this next one, I didn't know the name of it, but I identified it by labeling it as the fragrances with the pharaoh hats, you know, the Egyptian pharaoh hats. And he was like, oh, yeah, he talking about Jarjal. I was like, yeah, that one, Baba Shah. I don't know what to say, but, you know, the guy helped me say Jarjal. I was like, Jarjal. Because at the time, Neiman Marcus, when I purchased this one, Neiman Marcus wasn't selling Jarjal. They weren't at the one at Tyson's Corner Galleria. They weren't selling Jarjal fragrances. So that's when I was introduced to Parfums de France at Tyson's Corner Mall. And Sammy and Mustafa helped me out. And it's none other than Naxos. Man, listen. Fragrance right here. And I had this for a minute. And I learned not to overuse it from BR540 and be out of it. So went sparingly. But then my collection started, you know, I realized that, okay, look, you only got so many. You cannot go through them. So I eased up on the spraying, so to speak. All right. But Naxos, this one right here, I have never in my life smelt something that had made me feel like, man, what kind of stuff is this that I'm experiencing? Because it wasn't the masculine type like Royal Oud and Boys to Portugal. It wasn't masculine like that. This was somewhat like on the sweeter side, you know, with the honey and everything in here. But I was like, oh man, where this stuff been all my life? And Naxos was number 5. Banger. Always. Classic. Let's get to number 6. All right, so once I experienced Naxos and I had a taste of somewhat of the sweeter side of fragrances that still held its masculinity, even though it wasn't bold, that's when I was introduced to the house of Bond Number 9, and the fragrance is none other than Lafayette Street. But of course, and I say yet again, but of course, Lafayette Street. Oh, man. Now, I can truly say with this fragrance right here, excuse my language, if your kids are watching, cover their ears for a second, because I have to say this. This fragrance right here will get the coochie wet. Sorry, I don't talk like that. On any of my fragrances, I don't, do stuff like that. But this one right here will truly do it. This Lafayette Street, this one set me on my journey in the house of Bond Number 9. This was the first ever fragrance I purchased from Bond Number 9, and boom, off and running. Lafayette Street, absolutely beautiful. I'm telling you, look, all you gotta do is to show the black bottle with the silver writing. That's it, and you're off and running. All right, let's get to I don't know where we at. Number 7, 8, one of them. All right, so after Naxos and then Lafayette, I got a taste of the sweeter side of niche fragrances. And that took me to the house of Roja Dove. All right, now I'm being introduced to the house of Roja Dove. And we just moving right along, right? And there's no other than Elisium. Now I was introduced to Elisium with the citrus flavors before Aventus. And Aventus, when I started getting to it, that was the king of all kings of all fragrances. But this Elisium right here, absolutely beautiful. Man, when I smelled this, I'm like, what the heck, man? Like, I mean, come on, really? How are they creating these fragrances with these scents like this, man? I mean, because, before I got, all I had was Macy's. Sorry, that's it. That's all. Not saying that Macy's is a bad store, don't have good fragrances, but that's the line of fragrances that I was accustomed to until now. We all were at that point. Don't even front and say that you started out this game in niche perfumery because you did not. We all started at Macy's with designer fragrances. Nobody started off with this top tier fragrance. If you did, then I apologize. But I truly believe we all started, down in the basement somewhere, right? All right. Elisium. Oh man, listen. Absolutely gorgeous. This thing right here. And yeah, I started slowing my spraying down. And once my collection started growing even more and more and more and more, I started learning about rotations. And I started putting stuff in rotation, my fragrance started lasting longer. All right. So because the only empty bottle I have really is BR540. Because I just truly fell in love with that one, man. That would put me on that sweet journey. And okay, that's enough of that, but Elisium. All right. Let's get to number 9. All right, family. For my 9th fragrance, I was introduced to yet another house that had a sweet vibe. And it's been said that it's geared toward women. It's a woman's fragrance, but I absolutely fell in love with it because now I'm on this sweet vibe fragrance trip, right? And it's none other than the house of Initio, and it is Side Effect. Boom, done, absolutely done. I took a whiff of this. Look, phenomenal. I'm hooked. I'm gone. There's no coming back. There's no coming back whatsoever. Niche perfumery from here on out. And you gotta understand, when I first got into it, the prices weren't at the price point they are now. So after this one, I started racking up. Bow, boom, boom. I mean, I had the cake, so boom, get them. Because I was truly loving the fragrances and the scent DNA, the attention. The attention was at a whole different level. Man, I'm telling you, it was just absolutely marvelous. It was an amazing experience. Confidence level went through the roof. Really did. All right. That's Side Effect. Now, for the last one, I wanted, I talked to my girls at Neiman Marcus, and I told them, I want what you might consider your boldest fragrance ever. Your boldest fragrance. All right. Number 10. Let's get to it. Okay, number 10. Now, number 10, it was a toss-up between Frederick Mall's The Night and this one, the one that I chose. All right. So I back then I was sniffing. I wasn't smelling slowly. I was sniffing. I sprayed. I was on paper too. I didn't know about putting on difference between skin and paper. So I put on paper and put it right into my nose. I ain't fan or nothing, but that I learned. There's a lot of stuff that I learned over the years with this frag game. So it was Frederick Mall's The Night and this one right here, Black Afghano. Oh man. Look, from the house of Nasimato, I smelled, I was about to say, I hit this one. And that's a pun because of the note that's in here, right? So I hit this one, and that's the first time that I smelled the fragrance. Was like, what is that? And I thought it was nasty. I thought it wasn't smelling good, but I sprayed it on a piece of paper, and I had put the paper in my pocket. And I walked around the mall for a little while, and I kept smelling something. Like after it dried down, the DNA of it changed. I kept smelling something. Like, man, what is that smell? I took it out of my pocket. What the heck is that? back in the store, poured it, I bought it, purchased in the bag, out the store, gone. And that's when I was introduced to bold fragrances. Well, that a fragrance that took you from one scent profile and then to dry down to a different profile. Black Afghano. All right, this was my temper. Those were the first 10 fragrances that I purchased when I got into this frag game. All right, so family, those are my first 10. Thank you once again for your support. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. I am so appreciative of just watching the videos, no matter the length of time to watch them, just, clicking on it. I truly thank you for that. I can't stop, won't stop, not gonna stop. Why stop? I'm gonna keep this thing going, family. I truly am. I'm gonna keep it going. It's nothing but love, nothing but love, nothing but love. Once again, truly appreciate you. Those are my 10 fragrances. And I hope you enjoyed the story that I gave you from the origin of where it's going to right now. And it's still going and it's not stopping. Okay. All right, family. That's my 10. That's my time. To the next video. Truly appreciate you. Much love. Deuces.